Welcome back to FM Storey. We're past the midway point of season 17 of the season. Things are going outstandingly well. We're currently 19 points clear at the top of the table with 13 games left to play. So hopefully that 9th title in a row is only a matter of time before we get it. We are through to the last 16 in the Champions League and we're still in the Scottish Cup. And we've already wrapped up the League Cup, winning that for the 4th successive season. Without further ado, let's get into the action. We've now made it to the end of February and it's time for the Champions League to come back. Since the end of the last episode, things have gone exceptionally well still. We started off by beating Spartans 4-2 in the Scottish Cup. It was a bit more difficult than we thought. Obviously, we went up 1-0 early on and then they levelled it before half-time. But our extra quality showed in the second half. We then followed that up with a really comfortable 7-1 victory at home against Dunfermline with Cochise picking up 4. We then went and beat Celtic 2-1 away at Celtic Park. Not the best performance, but we got the job done. And then we beat Aberdeen 3-1 away from home. And then in the most recent game, we hammered Hearts 9-1 at home. What all of this means is that we are 25 points clear at the top of the table with 27. What all of this means is that we're 25 points clear at the top of the table with 27 points to play for. So we are on the verge of wrapping up the title. Yet again, we should wrap the title up before the split happens in the league. And as we have been all season, we are absolutely dominating the player stats in terms of average rating. Cochise, who had a disappointing season last season and was overshadowed a bit by Andreas Thaler on that right-hand side, has come back into the team since we sold Thaler and has been outstanding in terms of the goals he's scored, the assists he's got, average rating, man of the match, everything. Simoesh got 30 goals in the league and we haven't played 30 games yet. Valem's got 17 clean sheets and we've only played 29 games in the league. So things are going outstandingly well. And now it's time for the return of the Champions League, and we have been drawn against Benfica. We've got the away leg first. We are struggling a bit in terms of suspension and injuries, but hopefully we've got enough to get a decent result to take into the home leg. So as we said, we are struggling a bit suspension and injury-wise for this away leg, so much so that we've only managed to be able to 7 players on the bench. Skafidis is suspended. Rakla, Luciano and Rajkovic are all injured. So we've gone with Thibaut as the second centre-half alongside Bordes, with Alvarez playing on the left. Connor Turnbull, who we've used mostly as a backup right-back, is going to play in the role that Luciano would normally play. Van Giesel's going to play instead of Skafidis. Lecam probably would have played ahead of Turnbull, but unfortunately he's just coming back from injury as well, so isn't fit enough to start the game. And we do have a bit of a patched up team here, so hopefully we can go out and not completely embarrass ourselves in the away leg against a team that includes at least one of our former players in Shaq Hideroa, managed by Carlos Tevez. So they're going. Both teams are going 4-2-3-1. They're actually going with Hideroa, who is really a centre-half in that defensive midfield role. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game, I think. Right, Cochise with a free kick low to Kerr. He goes wide to Turnbull. Shot from distance, comes back off the bar. And that is the absolute worst thing that could have happened, given where we're at injury-wise. Pedro Simoesh has scored so many goals this season, injured in the 8th minute and having to come off very early on in this game. Right, Pereira with a free kick for them, lumps it in towards the box. Bordes gets his head on it. Alvarez forward to Turnbull. Wide to Cameron Holm. Driving towards the island, back to Cochise. Cuts in on his left foot. Goes to the edge of the box. They get a tackle in. Kerr gets back to get the ball back. Cross towards the back post. Duffy's header comes back off the woodwork. And Cochise with a corner. Duffy in the end turns it home. We're going to see if he was offside here. Cameron Holm got up at the near post with a header. It came off the inside of the near post, right across the face of goal. Duffy turns it home, and it's been given. The corner's floated into the near post. Holm gets up. It's actually the keeper that saved it. Parries it straight into the path of Duffy. He reacts quickest and turns it home. They've got the ball into the box, and they've got themselves a penalty by the looks of it. First time they've got the ball forward. And we've given them a way back into the game. And it's Filatov against Valem. Valem goes the right way, but Filatov buried that right into the corner. He couldn't get there. And that's leveled the game up pretty quickly after we took the lead. Agonisingly close to getting his fingertips on that one. Mark Cowan goal for Benfica. Goes long. Straight down the throat of Bordes. Turnbull. Amrani forward to Cochise. He loses out, and now they're breaking. They're getting people forward quickly. Shot from distance, but it's a weak one, straight into the hands of LM. And there we are, half-time 1-1. Considering how much we've dominated possession and the chances we've created, we should be in front, but we've given them a way back into the game with giving away a stupid penalty. Hopefully we don't miss Simoes too much with his injury, and hopefully we can nick another in the second half. All right, Alvarez with a long throw. It's headed straight back to him. Infield to Bordes, back looking for Alvarez, but it's cut out. And Sardan bringing it forward for them. Pereira goes past his man on the right-hand side. Infield to Mayamba. A decent goal from them. Really, we gave the ball away in a stupid position and then got burned for pace down the right-hand side. And then no one matched the run of Mayamba in the box. And we're in a bit of a difficult position here. Hopefully some of the injuries are going to come back before the second leg, but we are struggling a bit here. We're starting to run out of time if we're going to level this tie up to take into the second leg. Lacam back to Bordes. Into Duda. Ibo. Bordes with lots of time on the ball. Into Duda. In looking for Duffy. It's worked its way through to Cameron Holm, but I think he's offside. It was great play by Duffy and Ash, but I think Holm had just gone a bit too early. And it has been disallowed. Duda driving forward, plays the ball into Duffy, knocks it off first thing. It's actually Ash that's offside. And also Holm was offside in the box as well. Right, free kick, Bustos whips it towards goal, hits the woodwork, cross comes back into the box, and Duda can't keep his header down. And there we go, full time. We've lost the first leg 2-1. We certainly had the chances to win that game. I mean, the positive is the second leg's at home. Another positive is Skafidis is back from his suspension for the second leg. The big problem is we're missing some key players, and depending on how serious that injury is for Simoes, if we're missing him and Rakla and Rajkovic for the second leg, then we could be in some serious trouble of going out in the last 16. It's time for the second leg of the last 16 Champions League game against Benfica. We've played one game since the first leg, which was the quarterfinal of the Scottish Cup, which we beat Livingston 3-0 in. We are actually somehow managing to go into the second leg with even less players available than we did in the first leg. We've only got 6 substitutes rather than the 7 we had in the first leg. Rajkovic and Rakla are still injured. Simoes is out for a couple of weeks. Luciano failed a fitness test, and Connor Turnbull's now suspended. So although we've got Skafidis back in. Everyone else that was out and got injured in the first leg is still out as well. Hopefully the home advantage is enough to get us a result here, but we're going to need to be much better, particularly in front of goal, than we were in the first leg. Right, we've got to throw Alvarez long. We'll go short in the end. Kerr, Alvarez back to Kerr, into the box, finds Bordes, whips it into the top corner, and that's the perfect start that we needed. We've levelled the tie on aggregate, and we needed that just boost of confidence because of the lack of players we've got. Kerr and Alvarez working the ball well between themselves. Kerr into the box, shifts it onto Bordes, and he just beats the keeper at the far post there. And they've gone long with a goal kick, and they've got the flick on. We've forced them back to the halfway line, but there's plenty of space down the left-hand side for them to attack in now. Into the box, and Valem with a brilliant save to turn it behind for a corner. It's going to be an outswinger. Aimed at the near post. We've got a head on it. Come down, out wide, cross back in, and it's gone behind for another corner. Another outswinger. Headed clear. We've worked the ball wide again, pulled it back into the box. Come back off the woodwork, and we've scrambled it clear. Right, they've got to throw deep in their half. Kerr wins a header. Van Giesel back to Thibault. Into Van Giesel in the midfield. White to Amrani into the box. Cross to the back post. Boom, missed the header. Kerr squares it. Cochise's shot gets a big deflection, which sent the keeper the wrong way, but unfortunately for us, it goes wide of the post. Cochise to take the corner. Short. Skafidis, and we've lost it. The game's quieting down a bit. There's not an awful lot happening at the minute. They've gone back to the keeper. Played out long down the left-hand side. They've got a 2-on-1 against Amrani. Now there's loads of space for Manuel. Behind Amrani. Gets a low cross in. And we've made an absolute mess of that. A real mess of that. They exploited some space down the left-hand side. Manuel drives to the byline. We've got 3 players, and the keeper parries it out. No one anywhere near Pereira. He turns it into the empty net, and that puts them back in front on aggregate. Right, Alvarez with the throw. Flicked on. Duffy turns it home in the middle of the box. Levels it up again on aggregate. And we've reacted pretty quickly to them levelling the game on the night. Bordes flicks it on. Duffy gets up. Point blank range. Puts the header past the keeper. 2-1 on the night. 3-3 on aggregate. And there we are. Half time. We have levelled it on aggregate. They look a real threat every time they go forward. And given how knackered Amrani is, I think we're going to need to do a bit of rejigging at the back. So we've made one change at half time. We've brought Varga on for Amrani. Thibault's gone to left back. Alvarez to right back. And Vargas slotting in the centre of defence alongside Bordes. We've managed to give away another penalty. It was a throw-in where they were going short, and we've bundled the player over in the box and given them another penalty, like we did in the first leg. It's a different penalty taker this time. It's Badinsky to take it, sends Valem the wrong way, levels it up on the night, puts them back in front on aggregate. And now, with some tired bodies on the pitch, we need at least one more. Alvarez to Skafidis. White to Cochise. He gives the ball away in the midfield, and now they're breaking. They've got the ball in the box. Thankfully, he's dragged it wide of the far post. Otherwise, that could have probably been the tie over. Right, free kick, Alvarez to take it, lifts it into the box, headed up in the air. Lacam. Now they're going to break again. Manuel gets in front of Alvarez. Thibault gets back to win it. It goes back to Valem. Varga Thibaut into Scafidis, Kerr, infield to Lacan. We're starting to move the ball quickly now. Home, wide, looking for Alvarez, goes past his man, into the box, pulls it across, and there's Cameron Home to turn it home. 3-2 up on the night now. We've levelled it at 4-4 on aggregate, and that was exactly what we needed. And now, 20 minutes left for either side to go ahead and avoid the drama of extra time. Alvarez did brilliantly getting into the box. Squares it. Home's shot actually takes a big deflection, which puts it past the keeper, but it's in the back of the net, and that's all that matters. The other thing as well is if it does go to extra time, although you get an extra substitute in extra time, the only substitute we haven't used so far is a young reserve goalkeeper, so that's not an awful lot of use for us. They've got a throw down the left-hand side, back to Hideroa. It goes all the way back to Marcao. Back with Marcao again. He goes long. Valem, what he was doing, I don't know why he didn't catch it rather than head it. Kerr, infield, Lacam goes from distance, grazes the top of the bar as it goes over. It dipped after it went past Marcao. Alvarez with a free kick, looking for Kerr. It's headed clear. Manuel has it for them. They've still got it down this left-hand side. Now they've worked it into some open space. Thibaut, pressure on Pereira, comes away with it. Varga and Scafidis. Varga again, wide to Kerr. He gives the ball away. It's now gone all the way back to Marcao. Hideroa into midfield. Manuel in behind Alvarez into the box. And luckily can't get his shot down. And there we are, full time. We've won 3-2 on the night after 90 minutes. 4-4 on aggregate. And we have a very, very tired team. But then again, so do they. We don't really have an option off the bench either. Right. In injury time at the end of the first half of extra time. And we've managed to take the lead. Duda with a header at the back post. Thibaut with a free kick. He's just lifted it over. Duda gets above his man at the back post, heads it down into the back of the net, and for the first time since we took the lead at the beginning of the first leg, puts us ahead on aggregate. Now we have it extra half time in extra time. 4-2 up on the night, 5-4 up on aggregate, and now it's a case of hanging on in the second half of extra time. Right, so from the kick-off, Hideroa at the back for them, into the midfield. They're doing well keeping the ball here. Manuel, who's been a constant threat in this game. Ash fouls Medina. It gives them a free kick. Nothing obviously comes of that. Right, it's less than 10 minutes left in the time. We've gone very, very almost defensive, trying to kind of just hold on here, make it tough for them to break us down, get bodies in the way. And there we have it. We've won 4-2 on the night somehow. We've managed to somehow sneak past Benfica. We've been far from our best in both legs. And hopefully, once the quarterfinals come around in April, we have some more players available, because otherwise I think we're going to struggle, depending on who we come up against in that quarterfinal. We are at the end of March, and we have wrapped up the title before the split in the league. Since that second leg against Benfica, our form hasn't been great. We could have won the title against Kilmarnock and ended up just really poor performance. Loads of chances, didn't take them, ended up drawing 0-0. We then did win the title in the home game against Kilmarnock, beating them 5-1. And then in the most recent league game, we drew 1-1 with Rangers. We had to come from behind. We weren't great at all in that game, which concerns me given what we've got coming up in the next episode. So, as we saw, we made it past Benfica in the last 16 of the Champions League. We've been drawn against Bayern Munich in the quarter-final. Also coming up in the next episode, we're going to have the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. But as we said, we've wrapped up the league title. We are currently 23 points clear of Rangers. We are still dominating those player stats. Luckily, we've got some players back from injury that we didn't have in those 2 games against Benfica. So hopefully we can end the season on a high. But we've already wrapped up the League Cup. We've already wrapped up the title. And we've still got 2 trophies to play for. There we are, the end of another episode. Things are going still really well this season. We're somehow still in the Champions League. Despite all those injuries and suspensions, we are still in the Scottish Cup. We've already wrapped up the league title, which guarantees there's going to be 1 more season left in the save. And we've already won the League Cup this season as well. So we've got the chance to end with 4 trophies. Join us next time to see how we get on in the Champions League and the Scottish Cup. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.